Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to a tool we've built that's called NuggetFinder. First of all, a little bit of background. We run a venture studio called Humanoidz, and it's where we build a lot of web apps and applications. What we've validated is that timing is more important than the size of the market. Timing's more important than the actual team, which is even more important than the product that you're building. And what we've uncovered in this current era, Sam Altman came out and he said we've entered the era of the idea person. But we've uncovered a lot of people are building the wrong stuff. You should be building boring. You should be building vertical. You should be building niche where there's actual real pains. And we've built this tool to uncover those pains and find validated business ideas that you can claim. It's called NuggetFinder. Now, in the background, there's a big validation engine that's running. We're looking at trend research, validation tools. We aggregate 200 real-time data feeds. So we look at market signals like Google Trends, Reddit sentiment, product hunt launches, GitHub activity. We also look at competitive intelligence like SEO difficulty, paid ad costs, competitor funding, just a bunch of data feeds that we aggregate together. We also do demand validations for search volumes, keyword gaps, community discussions, et cetera, et cetera. So let me actually give you an example of a boring business that's niche and where the timing's good. So there's new legislation that's coming out next year. Small businesses and freelancers, they face new VITA e-invoicing rules starting in 2025. I didn't even know what EU VITA law was, which is great because it means that it's kind of a hidden gem or a hidden gap inside the market. And it seems that current tools are too complex or they're built for big firms. SMEs would need a one-click web checker that says if an invoice is valid, and if it isn't, that would fix it. So if we look at EU VITA law invoice checker, full report from NuggetFinder, first you have the quick overview. So what's the pain that we're actually solving over here relative to this new legislation? What's a good solution? Many EU freelancers and small businesses are not ready for this type of legislation. Then we give you a detailed overview, but before that, we give you a claim. Why now? So EU VITA legislation, it's taken effect in 2025, and real-time invoicing requirements are ramping through to 2030. Before we look at what we should build, I want to show you the wedge in the market over here. There is no simple VITA compliance checker for SMEs, right? So small businesses and freelancers face this legislation, but current tools are either too complex or built for big firms. The impact is misruled means blocked payments. We should target freelancers and SMEs across the EU moving to mandatory e-invoicing. So big gap in the market, but is there competition? If we go down to the competition, so we've done the competitive analysis, we see that there are solutions, but this one, for example, it's built for big companies. It's overkill for solo sellers. This one, it's a local leader for enterprises, but it's not plug and play. This one, it covers many countries, but it doesn't have this one-click SME checker. And Clear VAT, it's good at VAT workflows, but not VITA validation tool for freelancers. Now you can go through all of the details. We also show you a recommended revenue model. Here it's a subscription model. We've uncovered what some of the competition is doing, and we're suggesting what a lifetime value would look like, what an acceptable customer acquisition cost would be. We're also suggesting a revenue model. In terms of strategic framework, we're uncovering what we think your approach should be. So here, this is a blue ocean strategy. So essentially that you should go in with a new offer on a market that is untapped for the moment. If you look at this full report here, you also see the summarized report, opportunity score, technical feasibility, defensibility, innovation level, time to market suggested, and a bunch of other information, right? So this is the sort of nugget that we deliver for you. Again, it's based on timing in the market validation, competitive analysis, and we give you a confidence score, urgency score, and complexity score. How complex is it to actually build this? Let me show you two other examples. This one's also pretty cool. So this one is like a deepfake KYC protection business. Video fraud is exploding at the moment. Scammers, they're using fake faces to pass KYC. And this is costing fintechs millions. EU AI Act kicked off in January 2025, and it forces stronger verification. And then on the technology side, you've got OpenAI's multimodal models that make real-time video analysis possible. So that's why there's timing in the market. Legislation on one side, new technology on the other that's posing a cybersecurity threat for these businesses. So let's look at the competition. The competitors exist, but they're heavy, they're costly, they're slow. There's no easy low latency API for real-time onboarding. If we didn't have such a big backlog, if we had the audience, or the time, we'd probably be building this ourselves in the venture studio. But it's an opportunity that you can jump on. So these are just sort of 3 ideas. You can explore some of the other ideas in the Explore Nuggets section. And this is pretty cool. These are all hundreds and hundreds of these validated opportunities. So you can skim through them, you can save them, you can also claim them, and you can upvote them. You can also click to see the full report and more detail. Now, if these ideas, if these nuggets are not adapted to you, we've got an engine that generates nuggets adapted to you, your style, your skills, your industry, your network, your audience, for example. So the first thing you want to do is give NuggetFinder some context. So let's dictate. I know there's legislation coming next year in Europe. Give me ideas for compliance businesses, something not too difficult to build based on new legislation. I want something fully digital. Okay, and let's launch the mining. So what happens here is there's a lot of heavy lifting in the background. It's going to take 3 to 4 minutes to mine these ideas for you. It's going to give you a short list of 8 ideas. So we're going to give it 3-4 minutes. You can explore some of the other nuggets, or you can simply leave this tab open and come back to it. Let's give it a few minutes. Nice. So here's our shortlist. NuggetFinder did the heavy lifting and it's uncovered 8 shortlisted ideas. They're ranked based on complexity. You've got the complex ones at the bottom, technically complex to build. Then we have the medium ones and then the more simple ones. So what you do is you scroll through them. You can click to see a little bit more about that idea. And when you found one that you truly love, then you go ahead, click and select this idea. And now it's going to do even more heavy lifting. So it's going to take another 5 to 7 minutes to uncover the entire report and the approach. Okay, nice. Step 2 done. NuggetFinder has done more heavy lifting and now we have our ready idea. So you go ahead and you click on view full analysis. It's going to pop up the full analysis, which you can then read through. So the confidence score, the urgency, the problem, why this matters, detailed overview. We also give you an MVP strategy, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, ideas on the skills that you need within the team, a technical roadmap, some ideas of market traction based on real traction that we've seen online, competitive advantage, the vein, the gap, the competition, the revenue model, and the approach, as well as a radio chart of the overall score and idea. And of course, you can always also check out the leaderboard, the saved ideas, your claimed ideas, and your mined nuggets. Hope you love it, have fun with this, and then always send us feedback if there's any feedback. Knock yourself out, and good luck finding those nuggets.